Oh, hey, welcome to This Week in Something. I'm on vacation, so I don't really care about whatever this show is. I think I recorded some stuff before I left, so, I don't know. I guess play that. Maybe it's good. Hi, welcome to This Week in Magic Finance. I'm your host, Chaz Andres. It's the last of my vacation week, so don't worry. I'll be back next Monday with some risers, fallers, and all the usual market trends. This week, I want to share some of my information gathering methods with you. If you don't want to wait around for me to tell you what's going to happen in the market next week, stick with me. I'm going to go over my process with you, and you can use it yourself. When it comes to market analysis, the most important resource out there is MTG Goldfish at MTGGoldfish.com. If you don't have that site bookmarked and you're not checking it at least twice a day, you're doing it wrong. Go take care of that right now, and then come back and finish this video. Now, once you're over on MTG Goldfish, what you're going to want to do first is click on the Decks tab and then check Metagame. The key number to pay attention to here is the one that says meta percentage under each deck. The meta percentage tells you how popular a deck is in a given metagame. The important thing to pay attention to here is not how big each number is, but how big each number is in relation to the other numbers near it. In a healthy format, the first 3, 4, even 5 decks are going to have fairly similar metagame percentages. What this means is that those decks are roughly tied for the best in the format. The greater the disparity between those numbers, especially between tiers, the more oppressive a metagame is going to seem. And of course, this has a strong effect on prices. The more oppressive a metagame seems, the fewer people are going to want to play. Also, the greater a percentage of the metagame a deck has, the more expensive its staples are going to be relative to the staples of other decks near it. I recommend checking in on the metagame percentage at least every couple of days. MTG Goldfish doesn't track this rate over time, so it's important that you stay on top of where things are trending. If percentages are trending up, if decks are trending down, you should know that information because it's going to directly correlate to how prices behave on Magic Online. Now, if you go back under the Decks tab and click on Format Staples, you'll be able to pull up lists of the most played cards in each format. This list doesn't change that often, it's not immediately useful, but what you can use it for is a way to look for outliers. Cards that are played in a large percentage of decks despite not being worth all that much. That often is the greatest way to look up a card that is maybe not been discovered by the market yet, but is ready to make a run. Now, if you go over to price and then click on movers and shakers, you'll get a list of the cards that gained the most value today, the cards that lost the most value today, cards that gained the most value this week, and the cards that lost the most value this week. This is all useful information, provided you have a sense of how to interpret it. Daily trends I really only like during large tournaments. They can be a good way to reflect, say, a card gaining or losing value based on Pro Tour play. The weekly trends are more useful, but sometimes that can be random noise or weird supply issues as well. So make sure that you're understanding the method behind whatever you're doing based on this information. It's also worth paying attention to the deck lists that Wizards of the Coast gives us from limited league and event play. I will have my editor put this link in the comments because it's very long, but it's worth checking in on this page every now and again because it's information that allows you to be proactive. MTG Goldfish generally just reacts to things that are already in progress. Prices moving or losing value based on seeing more or less play. If you use this resource to look for, say, a rogue deck that nobody's seen before that's gone 5-0 in a league, you can be proactive and get in ahead of the curve. Now, as a writer for Star City Games, I can't help but plug the Star City Games deck database. Because let's face it, you're not going to have time to watch every event. You're not sitting there every single weekend watching the SCG Tour or the Pro Tour or the live stream of every Grand Prix from every European country. You've got things to do, including playing Magic on your own. The deck database is the best resource for looking up top 8 results and what's done well at major events. Because metagame percentage, it's part of it, but really it's also important what decks are doing well every week. Alright, let's finish by talking about the elephant in the room, and that is Twitter. So Twitter can be abrasive, it can be hard to follow, it can be overwhelming, but I actually find it to be the best information gathering resource for Magic that there is right now. And if you're ignoring it, you're doing yourself a disservice. The thing about Twitter is that it allows you to get a sense of what's going on in the community in real time, both the tenor of the discussion as well as the content. And you can get it from all of your favorite pros, the people who create the game, all of the minds in Magic finance, really everybody involved with the community. I feel like overwhelming you with names of people to follow on Twitter is not going to be productive, so let me just give you a few. You can follow me at Chaz Andres. You can follow MTGOTraders at MTGOTraders. You can follow Travis Allen, another good finance writer, at Wizard Bumpin'. And you can follow Aaron Forsyth at MTG Aaron. And of course, Mark Rosewater at Maro254. Beyond that, I recommend looking up the Twitter handles for all of your favorite pros and writers. They're mostly all on there. Owen Turtenwald, Paulo Vitor Damaderosa, Luis Scott Vargas, Patrick Chapin, Brad Nelson. Anyone who's got a column you read or you recognize their game on the Pro Tour and you like it, check them out on Twitter. They don't always reveal their latest tech, but they'll give you a good sense of how they're approaching each format. That's a wrap on this week, as well as my 3 weeks of vacation. I'll be back next time with some of the latest trends. Don't forget in the meantime, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, take care.